My name is Yuka Hirose. My husband, Katsuya, and I were in the same club in university. We ended up dating and got married 2 years ago. Katsuya is very close to his family, and they all have accepted me with a warm welcome. It made me extremely happy since I had lost my family at a young age.
I'm going to my parents' place this weekend. You'll come with me, right? They all want to see you.
Of course. I love your family as well. Katsuya would often take me to visit his family, and I was always happy to go with him. But around the time when a year had passed, I started to feel some discomfort when visiting his family.
Oh, you're here to see us again. We've been waiting for you.
Hello, Haruko. Huh? What is this feeling? She doesn't really look happy to see me. Is it just me? Is it because I want them to like me? Maybe I'm overthinking it. I used to think that way, but one day I overheard my mother-in-law speaking ill of me to my sister-in-law and father-in-law.
Did you know, Yuka? She frowns when I ask for her help and never even says thank you. I'm honestly afraid of her.
What? I frown at her? I don't say thank you? That's all lies.
What's with her attitude? You're always so kind to her. Yuka shouldn't treat you like that.
I had no idea she was like that.
Wait, I never did such things to her. What's going on? I mean, she's always smiling at me. Surely my mother-in-law wouldn't lie, right? It must just be my imagination. I thought I was overthinking things, but the feeling of discomfort continued since then.
Oh, Yuka, you're here again. Welcome. Hello.
It's good to see you.
I could see mother-in-law smirking and looking at me. My father-in-law and sister-in-law behaved rather cold towards me. In the past, they would always talk to me, but now they don't. What should I do? Did I do something wrong? I thought they had accepted me as a member of their family. The in-laws that I loved so much were being so cold to me. Having reached my breaking point, I decided to talk to Katsuya about it when he got home from work one day.
What? Mom bad-mouthing you? I never heard her say anything like it.
Yeah, but recently, even your father and sister are very cold to me. I feel very uncomfortable when I'm at their place.
Are you sure it's not your misunderstanding? Because Mom always seems so happy to have you come over.
He's right. His father and sister's attitude had changed. But his mother hadn't changed her attitude at all and seemed like she was enjoying her time with me. But looking back, things started to get weird after. My mother-in-law spoke about me behind my back to my sister-in-law and father-in-law. I thought I was overthinking it, but everything really does feel different than before.
Don't worry about it. It's probably nothing. Plus, I always thought this, but you care too much about what others think of you.
No, don't you believe me?
It's nothing to do with believing you. It's just that I never heard her say such a thing, so it's just your misunderstanding. Oh, by the way, Mom wants us to stay over for a night at their place, so let's go this weekend.
What?
Mom said let's all do a hot pot together. Should be fun.
Katsuya didn't give it much thought and laughed it off without believing my words. Since Katsuya said it was my misunderstanding, I still couldn't figure out the reason. I couldn't possibly ignore my in-laws who have been so good to me in the past. And if I don't go, mother-in-law would probably say things like, "Is Yuka avoiding me?" Since she has changed recently. What should I do? And like that, though feeling confused, I continued to visit Katsuya's family with him. But my mother-in-law's behavior towards me kept escalating.
This is so sad.
Sad? What happened, Haruko?
Because you hate me, don't you?
What? At the family gathering, where my sister-in-law and father-in-law were also present, she suddenly spoke in distress. My sister-in-law put on a straight face, and my father-in-law shut his mouth. The atmosphere got tense, and I started to get pale.
Mom has been feeling worried lately.
But what about?
You really don't realize? It's fine. I'm just being worried for no reason.
my sister-in-law who looks like she's got something to say to me, and my mother-in-law acting a laugh and stopping her. I felt a shiver up my spine watching them be like this. No, that's not true. I don't hate you.
But Yuka, you don't stay as long as you used to anymore. Before, you used to say, I want to stay here forever.
That's because you act like I'm a burden when I'm around. While we would be alone, she would always make sarcastic remarks. She would show signs that she wanted me to leave soon. At first, I wouldn't notice the sarcasm. But when I would think about it later on, I could tell that she didn't mean well. But in front of others, she behaves like I'm the one at fault. Katsuya, can you please say something? I don't act like I want to go home, do I?
What? Yeah.
I looked for Katsuya's support since I couldn't handle it anymore. Katsuya glanced at his mother and looked away. Katsuya, why won't you support me? I know your family means a lot to you, but this is too much. Katsuya, I want to go home. That night, I couldn't hold it in any longer and told Katsuya.
What? No way. I know Mom's gonna get all upset for saying something unnecessary to you.
What? Get upset?
It's not like Mom has ill intentions. We'll get to go home tomorrow.
Katsuya was held back from going home by his family. Do I have to spend tomorrow listening to more of my mother-in-law's sarcastic remarks? I considered going home alone, but that would strain my relationship with Katsuya. Katsuya is the only family I have. My heart was broken and I found myself making a call in the middle of the night. Sorry for calling so late. I'm just very upset right now and needed to talk. I spoke about all that had happened to the one I had called. The next day, I finally get to go home, but I still have to stay here till the evening. In my in-laws' house, where it now felt like a freezing prison, I was feeling very uncomfortable when... Is anybody home?
Do we have a guest?
The doorbell rang, signaling a visitor at the in-laws' house. Wait, I've heard this voice before. It made me wonder who it was, so I too went to the door. Hanae? Thank you for having us. To my surprise, it was Hanae, my best friend from university, who showed up at the in-laws' house. And Takayuki, Mayu, and Kenji, who are also in our university club, came along with her.
Oh wow! It's been so long, guys!
Katsuya, I'm sorry for suddenly coming over. We all were out together and passed nearby, and decided to drop by feeling all nostalgic.
Remember, we'd often come over here after the club expeditions.
The university we all attended was far from Katsuya's home, but we'd come here when we would stay in an accommodation nearby for club activities.
Come in. It's been so long. I'm so happy to see you all.
It's nice to see you again. Katsuya's mom greeted them with a warm welcome and served them snacks and tea. I'm surprised with Hana and others suddenly appearing like this, but I'm so happy. Plus, them being here puts me more at ease. Seeing everyone made me feel relieved, but that did not last long. Katsuya's mom took a seat with us and joined our conversation.
You all haven't changed at all. You're all such good kids. You all must be taking good care of your home. I wanted a daughter-in-law like that. But Yuka doesn't help at all.
What? Even in such an occasion, she still wants to belittle me? She has started to ridicule me even in front of our friends. I was shocked and at a loss for words. Haruko?
Yes? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you in any way. They all came to see us in this, just when I was about to turn my head down. Really? That's strange. Yuka not helping out? Yuka was the most helpful and thoughtful out of all of us in the club.
Yeah, you're right. I thought that's strange too. I've never seen Yuka not helping out. Right?
Yeah, Yuka's not like that. Is that so?
Suddenly, Katsuya's mother turns pale when Hanaya and others refuse to believe her. While glancing at the mother-in-law, My friends then noticed Katsuya, who was ignoring everyone.
There must be a misunderstanding, right? Katsuya, did you try to help Yuka out? What? Me?
Then, Katsuya, who had been staying out of it until now, suddenly jumped up and said,
Of course I did. I've always helped you out. Isn't that right, Yuka?
Huh?
So, it must be Mrs. Hirosei's misunderstanding then. Because Yuka would always willingly help others.
If Katsuya was on Yuka's side, it must be a misunderstanding. Oh, that was so surprising.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me.
You'll give people the wrong idea if you say it like that, Mrs. Hirose.
Really?
Katsuya's mom was flabbergasted by Hanaya and others who cheerfully spoke about this. Did they all come here today to support me? Actually, the person I had called last night was Hanaya. I had told her about all the things Katsuya's mom was doing to me, and how upset I had been. I can't believe she came all the way. It makes me so happy. None of the friends who came to my side spoke ill of me. Instead, put all responsibility on those around me.
Oh, by the way, we came here today to get Yuka.
What? To get Yuka?
What? What do you mean? I don't know anything about it.
That's because we didn't tell you. You wouldn't help us out anyway.
What?
Let's go, Yuka.
Is this your stuff, Yuka?
Go ahead and wait in the car. We'll get the rest of your stuff.
You guys, thank you. Holding back my tears, I held on to Hanaya's hand.
Stop right there. I won't allow this. What are you all doing?
Well, you all don't seem to care about Yuka at all.
Of course that's not true. We've always been good to her.
How can you say that after using her as an outlet for your own stress and emotions?
What? How dare you?
Just so you know, being your daughter-in-law doesn't mean Yuka is your property. You too, Katsuya. She's your wife. You should be supporting her. I can't leave Yuka to a man like you.
How is this my fault?
Yeah, because Katsuya has been so vague about this. Yuka has been getting subtle jabs from your mother all this time. Don't you even realize that?
Katsuya turned pale and couldn't say anything.
I can't believe this. Your wife was being unreasonably accused and you sat there like you didn't notice.
I thought you were better than this, Katsuya. Katsuya, I think you were taking it for granted since she became your wife. I was really surprised to see how down Yuka looked after not seeing you all for such a long time.
You know that Yuka is kind-hearted and cares for others. And yet you did this to her.
It had been a while since I had felt warmth like that in the words of everyone here trying to protect me. You guys, thank you. I've made up my mind. I'm going to divorce Katsuya.
What? What are you saying, Yuka?
Don't do this, Yuka. You can't suddenly divorce him. Wait a minute. Why are you guys talking about divorce? You're saying our attitude was wrong?
That shouldn't lead to a divorce.
My sister-in-law and father-in-law rushed to see what was going on and tried to keep me from leaving. But I had lost all affection for Katsuya and his family. Like Hanaya said, I didn't come here to be your family's go-to outlet for Haruko's stress. At first, I was so happy that you all had warmly accepted me into your family. That's why. You all suddenly acting so cold to me had broken my heart. When I noticed, I had become a punching bag for you, Haruko.
Yuka.
When I spoke quietly, Katsuya's mother finally came to understand what she had done to me, and seemed shocked.
I'm sorry, Yuka. I really didn't realize I was treating you like that.
It's fine. This experience has made it clear to me who truly care for me. I should have spoken to Hanaya earlier and decided on a divorce. With my dear friends pushing my back, I was able to stand my ground with Katsuya. Katsuya, I told you multiple times about how your mother was treating me, didn't I? But every time you kept saying that I was probably misunderstanding it, that it was me overthinking things.
That's because I didn't know the situation was like this.
No, Like Hanae and the others said, your mother's sarcastic remarks are very easy to spot. You had always known, but never tried to stop it. You just cared more for your mother than me. That's all there is to it. That's why I'm going to divorce you.
But wait a minute, Yuka.
Yuka, please think this over.
Katsuya and his mother tried to hold me back in a panic, but I didn't turn back. Seeing Katsuya's mother's evil side, that she did not show in the first year of our marriage, I lost all my affections for her and soon got a divorce.
What? Mom often spoke ill of Yuka behind her back?
Yeah, she'd say it in a way that sounded so true, and I ended up believing her.
I just felt so bad for Mom. I knew Yuka was a nice girl, but... Hey, you're all saying this is my fault?
After me filing for a divorce, Katsuya finally realized that his mother had indeed been speaking ill of me. Soon after, Katsuya rushed to ask me to take him back.
I really didn't know Mom was actually talking about you like that. I'm sorry. I'll be more attentive from now on, so please, take me back. I love you.
If you love me, then why didn't you try to hear me out?
Well...
You say you love me, but your actions don't reflect it at all. Saying that, I firmly refused to get back together with Katsuya, who had remained neutral even after we were married.
I couldn't get back with Yuka. This is all your fault.
Later, Katsuya blamed his family for not being able to get back with me.
You didn't do anything to support her either, Katsuya.
Yeah, that's right. Even when she needed help, you pretended like you weren't here.
What are you saying? It all started with Mom badmouthing her.
You're blaming me? You should have trusted her words more.
But instead, his mom and sister would blame him. And his family, who were close to each other, had become bitter. And that family had a habit of not taking any responsibility and always blaming others. But now, they started doing that with each other. It's been so long since we had a hot pot party.
Yeah, ever since we were in university, it's so great to be able to drink with everyone.
How is everything recently, Yuka? Got a boyfriend?
You should tell us if you do. We'll see if he is one of the good ones.
I think a broad-minded guy would be good for you, you know?
Thank you, guys. I'll make sure to tell you guys if I find someone. Since then, I would always talk to my friends if anything was bothering me. And whenever we have the time, we would all get together to laugh and have a good time. This is the kind of place I was looking for. I had found the place I was looking for in my best friends who cared about me and felt all the happiness I had ever needed.